that I can have this moment alive.
Stop name dropping. That's right. That's right. Stop name dropping. You know, one of my pet peeves is when I meet somebody, whether it's at a networking event or, a business exchange and so forth, or in a speaking engagement. And, in the getting to know them process, the introduction, they're telling you all about who they know and they're dropping names. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm talking to you, not them. So I remember, talking to young brothers in my fraternity and asking them how they're doing. How's Omega Life treating them? And then they go through a whole bunch of, who they know and who made them. And whoa, slow down. I'm asking about you and your personal journey in Omega Psi-Phi. Or even meet somebody at church or at another church, and you ask them about their ministry and so forth, and they're talking, well, my pastor is so and so, and I go to this and that church, and our choir is oh. I'm asking about you, your personal walk with the Lord, the ministry you're on, and so forth. Or you meet somebody out at a company networking event at a business exchange, and they're talking about we're the top ranked company in the East Coast or in the country, and we do this and we do that, and you're, whoa, wait, what's your role? What's your job function? Your title? What do you do to contribute to that success? So stop all the name dropping. Let's talk about you as an individual. How are you working towards success and being at your very best? So I just got a few things real quick, and my first thing is simple. You have to know what you know. And I know it may sound a little elementary, it may sound sort of basic, or maybe even like a riddle, but you simply have to know what you know. You have to study. You have to be at your very best. Know the subject matter. Like I said, be that subject matter expert in whatever field you're in. Now, obviously, it's a little different when we're talking about a fraternity, or we're talking about a church or whatever. But in terms of a church, know your personal relationship with God. Know what ministry you're working towards making the kingdom and the community better with. Rather than tell me about your pastor, your church, your choir, talk about how you are contributing to helping some people and serving the Lord. The second thing, when you know what you got to be confident enough to articulate it. Some of the greatest minds, whether it's in academia, athletics, business, or whatever, they're just that, a great mind. And they function very well at where they are. But they struggle with articulating to others or helping other people. In my past in corporate America, some of the best employees were just that. They weren't management material because they didn't have a leadership, or they couldn't articulate anything to help the team grow and be successful. So they operated very effectively in their role where they were. They were the best at what they were accomplishing, but they couldn't move any further because they weren't confident enough to articulate that subject matter and help somebody else learn it. Which leads to my last part. My last part is you have to prove it in your actions. So it's not about just knowing something. It's about being able to articulate it and then let your life exemplify it. Don't tell me who your pastor is, what church you go to, if you're not walking in a way that Christ would be pleased with your life. Don't tell me about the company you work for and how great you are if you're always late to work or just doing enough to get over. You don't tell me about your sports team if you're not even contributing on every play to be at your very best, to help the team be successful. Prove it in your actions. And in some cases, there are some places where it's not what you know, it's who you know still applies. But I don't travel in those circles. I'm not in that elitist category where I have the luxury of saying, my daddy went to Harvard with your daddy, so can you help me out? Or, my father's a member of the same country club as yours, so can you give me a job? And so forth. In most cases, who you know only takes you so far. It's about what you know. It's about knowing what you know, being able to articulate it, and also proving it in how you live your life. So stop all the name dropping. And as I close, remember this. Who you know may get you in the conversation, but it's what you know that determines whether you have a voice.
That I can have this moment to life.